Hello, friends. Welcome back to English AZ today. We will learn English through the story of Pope Leo XIV, the first American pope. You will practice listening, speaking, and vocabulary with simple English. This story shows how a man from Chicago studied hard, sacrificed, and served people. It also teaches life lessons about perseverance, patience, and faith. By listening and repeating, you can improve your English every day. This story is full of inspiration and wisdom. It shows that daily effort can change your life and your English skills. Robert Francis Prevost was born on September 14, 1955, in Chicago, Illinois, USA. He grew up in a devout Catholic family. His parents taught him faith, ethics, and responsibility. From a young age, Robert was curious and disciplined. He loved to read, learn, and ask questions. He often thought about big questions like, why are we here? How can I help people? Robert attended primary and high school in Chicago. He studied hard every day. He also learned about the lives of saints, leaders, and teachers. After high school, he went to Villanova University. He studied theology. He wanted to serve God and help people. Later, he continued studies at the Catholic Theological Union and Pontifical University of St. Thomas Aquinas. He learned about philosophy, church leadership, and ethics. He also studied languages and communication skills, knowing they were important for a global mission. From childhood to early adulthood, Robert's life was full of learning, discipline, and spiritual growth. Robert decided to join the Augustinian Order, a community dedicated to faith, education, and service. This decision was hard and life-changing. He had to leave his family, friends, and familiar life in Chicago. He gave up comfort, security, and a normal career. At first, Robert felt fear and doubt. He asked himself, can I really give up everything to serve God? He took vows of chastity, obedience, and poverty. Every day, he practiced discipline, prayer, and meditation. This strengthened his resolve and inner peace. Soon he was sent to Peru, a country far from home. Life there was challenging and unfamiliar. He lived in remote villages, with poor families and struggling communities. At first, he felt overwhelmed and isolated. He missed home and struggled with new language and customs. But he remembered his mission: to serve, teach, and guide. Slowly, he began to adapt, learn Spanish, and understand local culture. He listened carefully to people's stories. He visited schools, churches, and villages, meeting families who trusted him for guidance. Life in Peru was demanding. He walked long distances, sometimes through rough terrain. He faced resistance and skepticism from locals. Some people did not trust him at first. Robert often felt lonely, tired, and uncertain. He wondered if he could make a real difference. Yet every small success gave him joy and spiritual growth. When a child learned to read or a family found hope, Robert felt deep satisfaction. Later, he became the Archbishop of Lima, a position of greater responsibility. He had to balance leadership, guidance, and pastoral care. He made difficult decisions, knowing not everyone would agree. Through these experiences, Robert's resilience and empathy grew. He realized that true service requires sacrifice, patience, and listening. He learned that leaving comfort for others' needs is a path to inner strength and wisdom. After years in Peru, Robert was called to serve at the Vatican. He became head of the dicastery for bishops, responsible for appointing bishops worldwide. At first, he felt intimidated and nervous. Decisions affected millions of people and global communities. He asked himself, Am I ready for such responsibility? Every day, he faced difficult choices. He had to balance compassion, rules, and global needs. He worked with leaders from many countries, each with different cultures and perspectives. Sometimes, Robert felt misunderstood or questioned. He learned to stay calm, reflect, and focus on his mission. He realized leadership is not power, it is service and wisdom. At the Vatican, Robert practiced patience, humility, and careful decision-making. He learned that small decisions can have global impact. This period was like a spiritual and psychological training ground. He discovered that empathy, listening, and reflection are as important as knowledge and authority. On May 8, 2025, the Cardinals announced the new Pope, Robert Prevost. He chose the name Leo XIV. At first, he could hardly believe it. He felt shock, humility, and fear all at once. The world was now looking at him. Millions of Catholics, world leaders, and media waited for his first words. He thought, "Can I lead the Church? Can I serve everyone faithfully?" The weight of responsibility was immense. Every decision would affect millions of lives. He remembered long years of sacrifice in Peru, the challenges at the Vatican, and lessons from childhood. These memories strengthened his resolve. The election brought joy to Americans everywhere. For the first time, a pope came from the United States. Newspapers and TV channels celebrated. People in Chicago, New York, and across the nation felt proud. Flags waved in the streets. Churches and communities held special prayers and celebrations. World leaders came to offer congratulations. One of the most notable guests was President Donald Trump. He personally congratulated Pope Leo XIV, expressing pride and honor for America. Other presidents and prime ministers arrived to meet him, showing respect for his global leadership. Despite the pride and celebrations, Pope Leo XIV felt a mix of emotions. Joy for the historic moment, fear of the enormous responsibility, determination to serve faithfully. He spoke to the world with calm, confidence, and compassion. "I am honored to serve as your Pope. Together, we will promote peace, understanding, and justice." In private moments, he reflected deeply. He remembered nights in Peru, walking in villages, learning patience and humility. He recalled difficult decisions at the Vatican, learning that leadership is about listening and understanding. He realized that being Pope is not a privilege, but a mission of service. The challenges ahead were immense: leading the global Catholic Church, promoting social justice, strengthening interfaith, dialogue, balancing modernity with tradition. Yet, he also felt inner peace. He understood that faith, discipline, and sacrifice had prepared him for this moment. Every hardship, every lonely night, every decision had forged his character. The election was not just personal achievement, it was a symbol of hope. For Americans, it was national pride. For Catholics worldwide, it was a message of unity and dedication. For young priests and students, it was an example of sacrifice, learning, and perseverance. Pope Leo XIV quickly realized that being Pope is more than rituals. It is constant decision-making, facing criticism and support, and guiding millions of lives. He often thought about his own doubts and fears. Am I enough for this role? But he remembered his training in Peru, the discipline of the Augustinian order, and his experience at the Vatican. These moments calmed his mind and strengthened his resolve. Global leaders and ambassadors now came to meet the Pope regularly. He had private discussions with President Donald Trump about religious freedom, global peace, and social initiatives. He received letters and visits from leaders of Europe, Asia, and Africa. Every meeting required patience, empathy, and understanding. Pope Leo XIV also traveled internationally. He visited schools, hospitals, and communities, especially in underprivileged areas. He listened to personal stories of struggle and hope. He learned that small acts of kindness could have immense impact. The Pope faced criticism from some media and politicians. At times he felt pressure, stress, and doubt. But he used prayer and reflection to maintain clarity. He reminded himself, leadership is service, not power. He promoted initiatives to educate youth, reduce poverty, and foster dialogue among religions. He believed that faith and education together create lasting change. The combination of personal humility, sacrifice, and public responsibility made his leadership unique and inspiring. He showed that true influence comes from empathy, knowledge, and dedication, not titles or authority. From Pope Leo XIV's journey, we can learn deep lessons. Daily dedication. Small, consistent effort builds wisdom and skill. Sacrifice for greater good. Leaving comfort allows real service. Embrace challenges. Fear and doubt are natural. Perseverance grows character. Empathy and listening. Understand others before acting. Balance tradition and modernity. Leadership requires adapting without losing values. Global awareness. Every action can affect communities worldwide. Faith and reflection. Inner peace helps make wise decisions. Pride with humility. National pride is natural, but mission comes first. This story also reminds learners of English. Learning English is like Pope Leo XIV's journey. Daily effort, patience, and persistence are key. Even small improvements every day lead to lasting growth. Through stories, vocabulary, and listening, you can practice English and learn life lessons simultaneously. This is the story of Pope Leo XIV, the first American pope. From a boy in Chicago, he studied, sacrificed, and served worldwide. He became a leader, inspiring millions. By listening to this story, you can practice English, listening, speaking, and vocabulary. Learn life lessons about perseverance, service, and faith. Understand that daily effort in learning English changes your skills and your life. May Pope Leo XIV's story inspire you to study, work hard, and help others every day. Thank you for listening. Keep practicing English every day, even a little. Stories like Pope Leo XIV's teach you English, life lessons, and inspiration. Remember, daily effort leads to growth in language and in life. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to English XIV for more stories.